If there is something that I love to make, it's a creamy and delicious corn soup. So let's start off with 2 cans of kernel corn. After that, we're gonna be adding some chicken flavor with these chicken bouillon cubes. I don't remember how to pronounce it. So, garlic salt, some flavor. I love this kind of corn because it has the sweetness to it. And in comparison to the one that we use in Mexico, it's not sweet. So after this, I chopped up a half onion into small cubes. Don't worry about this size. Don't worry about the size. You know, nobody's gonna notice unless you work at Gordon Ramsay restaurants. So don't worry about the size of the cubes. Let's start off with some butter and then caramelize the onions. We're gonna cook it in a medium-high heat for about 5 minutes or until they look clear. Let's blend this corn while the onions are cooking. I added 2 small cans of evaporated milk, some black pepper, and let it blend up. Let me know what is your favorite soup so I can make it. I don't know why it's called evaporated milk. If you know why, let me know in the comments, please. So let's just season it. If you want, you can also add some salt or garlic. Remember, if you're paying for it, you can add whatever you want. That's what I love about the kitchen, you know? You don't have to follow any rules. If you like one ingredient, you just add it. You don't ask anybody. So now that the onions look this good, we're gonna add this corn soup and let it cook for about 10 minutes in low-medium heat until it's hot because there is nothing raw in it anymore. Everything is ready. It just needs to heat up. In my opinion, I like the chunky consistency of this soup. I like to feel the texture of the corn and the onions together. You could have added the onions to the blender in case you have kids that don't like the onions. Now let's move forward with the protein. In this case, we're using chicken breast. Let's make some butterfly cuts here so we can flatten it up. And then we're going to fill it up with ham and Gouda cheese or whatever cheese you have. So for me, there is no rules in the kitchen when it comes to creativity. Remember that you're paying for it, so you can cook it the way you want it. That's why I will never gonna tell you what to do with your protein or your food. So I'm just suggesting you can add whatever you want. You can also use chicken thighs, chicken legs, or chicken wings, or whatever you want. You can use fish too, or steak. Here I'm just trying to flat it up with el palo de las tortillas. So, ese es con el que tu mamá te chingaba en la casa. So, let's move forward with the cheese and the ham. Let's wrap it together until you have a tight chicken roll. Now, just throw it in the freezer for about 30 minutes so it doesn't fall apart when we do the breading process. And it's gonna be way easier to do the bread coating and the frying process. So now let's move forward with the spaghetti. I'm using this thin spaghetti because I like it. You can use any pasta. It doesn't make any difference in my opinion. I also sliced up a full pack of mushrooms. Whenever you cook mushrooms, just get the whole things, like these ones. You can slice them up at home. It's cheaper. I think you can get more mushrooms without less money. Let's add some avocado oil onto a hot pan. After that, a piece of butter. The reason we do both is because the oil helps the butter not to burn so fast. Then I added my onions, 3 cloves of garlic. Remember, if it's too much for you, you can use as much as you want. I really recommend you to invest in this garlic presser. This one was like $5. This item can help you a lot, especially if your knife skills are not on point yet. You can always get their knife skills. You just need practice. Remember, this is a process like everything in life. Let it cook for about 10 minutes and add the mushrooms. It looks like a lot of mushrooms, but mushrooms are made up of 90% water, so they're gonna shrink so fast. Now I added some chicken broth. Remember, at this point, you can add whatever you want. I'm not gonna add any salt because this chicken broth is salty already and the butter is too. So I'm just gonna let those beautiful mushrooms cooking. I love mushrooms, honestly, it's one of my favorite items. Let's stir up for a little bit so it doesn't stick to the pan. Now I'm gonna add the heavy whipping cream. Let it boil for about 10 minutes, then add some Parmesan cheese. I got this one because the whole thing was more expensive. Add as much as you want, just let that creamy consistency, because when you add the pasta, it's going to add more liquid to the sauce, and you don't want to have a thin sauce. So good. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, and hit the like button so we can keep making these videos for you. After that, I added the pasta to the sauce, and remember to go easy on the pasta. Do not add the whole thing to it, because you can easily lose that creamy texture with too much spaghetti on your sauce. Trust me, it happened to me before. I added too much pasta to the sauce, and I got a thin sauce and thin pasta with no flavor, because all the flavor got watery with all the water of the pasta. So trust me, don't make that mistake. Now let's get ready with our breading station. Crack 3 eggs into a bowl, beat them up until they're like scrambled eggs, and not over easy, not over hard, just scrambled eggs. Season your eggs with some garlic salt, not like me at work. Get your wheat flour, breadcrumbs. At this time, I'm using panko. It's like Japanese breadcrumbs, I think. More garlic salt for your breadcrumbs. Get your chicken roll. Get it nice, well coated with the wheat flour. All the chicken between the crevices. I think that's what they're called. Don't make the mistake like me. Get a bigger plate for your egg wash. Anyways, breadcrumbs. And now we're ready to fry them up. This is gonna be good. Trust me. This is a really good plate. You can always use toothpicks to keep your chicken closed. Look at that. Tell me if that doesn't look freaking good. That's crispy and so tender in the middle, so cheesy, and especially it's not medium rare. Nobody likes chicken medium rare, and you shouldn't be eating it like that. So make sure it's at least 165 in the interior temperature of the chicken, Get yourself a plate with the corn soup to start, and then get you a bigger plate for your spaghetti and your chicken cordon bleu. Some parsley for decoration. Texas toast, because nobody said this one was gonna be a light recipe. So eat today and go to the gym tomorrow. I'm doing this carnivore kind of keto diet, but honestly, I couldn't resist to this meal that I made for you guys. Now it's time to taste this cream of corn. It's like we call it in Mexico, like crema de elote. But it's basically what you saw there. Just corn and heavy cream. I'm gonna leave you the ingredients down here. So good. This is what we call like a wedding plate, And then with the Texas toast, you can just dip it there. Okay, it's time to taste this. Looks pretty good. I like the smell of the garlic and butter combined with everything. The cheese, the Texas toast. Look at that. The cheese and the ham with a nice coated bread. It's definitely worth it. Takes time to do it, but it's definitely worth it. You don't get any plate like this anywhere. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what do you want me to cook down here. Let me know what do you want to make next. Thank you so much. Bye.